By 1968, the TV war on the nightly news began to erode public support.
Suddenly and without warning, the violence of war shattered the peaceful celebration of the Lunar New Year through a simultaneous attack by the communists on many of the cities throughout South Vietnam.
In January, the US military and public were stunned by the Tet Offensive. Insurgents and the North Vietnamese army attacked 100 South Vietnamese cities and outposts and broke through the defenses of the US Embassy in Saigon. The long-standing host of the CBS Evening News visited Vietnam to cover the fallout from the Tet Offensive.
One of the most important moments in the coverage of the Vietnam War was, of course, Walter Cronkite, considered the most trusted man in America. He essentially does an editorial that says, it's time for us to get out of there. We did our best. The best we can do is negotiate a deal.
It seems now more certain than ever that the bloody experience of Vietnam is to end in a stalemate.
Following the broadcast, it was claimed that President Johnson said, "If I've lost Cronkite, I've lost Middle America."
That was a huge moment. We don't have anybody in our culture now that is the equivalent of Walter Cronkite.
Later that year, Richard Nixon was elected president, promising an end to the war. But instead, he escalated the conflict into Laos and Cambodia. It took another 5 years and 21,000 more lives. By the time of the final escape from Saigon in 1975, 58,220 Americans and over 3 million Vietnamese had died. And although it is hard to gauge the full effect of the television coverage on support for the war, the networks had a bleaker view of the conflict after the Tet Offensive, which was seen as a major defeat.